What is going on? What is going on, actually? Okay, cool. That was taking a bit longer than I expected it to. What is going on, my lovely ladies and gentlemen of the world? I was gonna stream. I was gonna unwind after a nasty day. Learn some things I didn't want to learn. Kind of threw me a bit off kilter today. So when I get home, kind of relax for a little bit, do a little bit of physics homework, no problem. And then I'm like, you know, I should stream. I haven't streamed in a few days. So then I sit down and I go to Twitch. Turns out Twitch is broken right now. Don't know why, it's just crashing. So, to fit my current mood, we are going to watch some, we're going to do a replay theater of The Man Named Carmine. Now, you may be wondering, Nate, where is the mission mode? Like, you gotta do it, that's the entire thing you established. What are you doing? I have no actual interest in playing this character. And I already did this for Mika and Akatsuki. I was thinking I was gonna go through the entire cast and do them, and let me tell you, Mika and Akatsuki and Merkava to a degree pretty much murdered that desire in cold blood. And so here I am, a shallow husk of what I used to be. So, you know, probably from now on all you're gonna see are just replay theaters of each character, because there are no longer really any characters that are left that I have not done the mission mode for that I have any interest in whatsoever. Like, let me just look at this real quick just to see, like, who do we have still? So we have Hyde, Lena, Vald we did, Carmine, Ori we did, Gordeau we did, Merkava kinda did, Vatista, Seth. So Yuzuriha's the only one that I might do, but like that's gonna... See, the thing about Yuzuriha is like I need to be really in the mood to learn the character. Not just do the trials, but I need to learn the character. Because if I'm going to put in that much work in her trials to get down the plinking stuff, the, you know, shifting which button you're holding down in order to account for the combo route you want to go in, all that stuff is not something that I want to, like, get accustomed to, gain muscle memory for, and then just not play the character for 2 months and lose it all, right? Like, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to start actually buckling down and learning the damn character. But that is, so far, the only one that, like, I actually still have any interest in whatsoever. I'm looking. Okay, yeah, we know. The rest, you know, Eltnum and Akatsuki. There's nobody else in this cast that I give two shits about, except for Yuzuriha. Everybody else, there's a 0% chance of me ever playing them. Like, legitimately 0. So, we'll just hop on in here and check this good stuff out. So let's learn some Carmine. Now, the Carmine is essentially... Oh, I forgot that I needed to confirm. I mean, I had to confirm like 4 times. Oppressive offense. This man will have you blocking for 17 years. Now, the good part about that is that while you are blocking for those 17 years, Carmine is killing himself the entire time. So, it's not too bad of a deal, but this is a character that is very much going to test your patience, because they're really... I mean, unless you're Seth and you just... decide, fuck that, I want to play a gorilla, and you do that. Except he fucked up. He let Carmine get a throw for free, and that's never gonna end well. Oh yeah, that's an answer. Well, not really an answer. I was gonna say, so he was gonna get caught by that, no matter, like, he didn't have meter. He was gonna get caught by that. Or I guess he didn't. I don't actually, you know what? I was not paying attention to meter. Obviously, if he bailed off, he had to have had 100, right? So I'm sure he could have supered, but obviously he probably would have been hit if he tried to do the motion and then the super. Good call out of that empty jump by that Seth. But yeah, if that was properly set up, that would be unstoppable, except for an alpha counter. That's the only answer right there would have been to use an alpha counter, and I was not paying attention to whether or not Carmine had grid. So yeah, that is a... I mean, Veil Off is an answer, but it's one that any good Seth will not allow you to use in that scenario. This character is just ridiculous. Like, his movement is incredibly unpredictable. He's one of the only examples of free projectile Oki in the game. It's incredibly strong. Like, not only is it free, it tracks. You don't have to worry about it. It tracks for you. It is possible to avoid, but on Wake Up, hell no. You're sitting there and you're blocking. And that gives Seth time to run 2 or 3 mix-ups. And a character as tricky as Seth, that's all he needs, unless you're lucky. It truly is, this guy has some debilitating offense. And it can really make you question your life choices when you're fighting against him, because there's just... what can you do, really? I mean, it's insane to me. Is he going to kill off of this? He's going to get 200 meter, I think, at the end. Oh, okay, never mind. He did it early. That was a reset. He might actually have... I wonder if he could have confirmed that further and he just screwed it up. Because I'm sure he could have gotten more damage from that. But yeah, that was a reset. And I believe it's unblockable. Because it starts with the grab. Like, the projectile resets you and then you just get grabbed. But I wasn't paying close enough attention. I wish I could see it after the fact. This is why I wish the replays actually featured a rewind button of some sort, because it would have been nice to see. Like, it looked, to me, it looked a bit too quick to be the actual unblockable version. But even if it isn't the unblockable version, it's still very tricky, because Seth can initiate that from either side of you. So he basically turns it into a 50-50 cross-up. And yeah, that's a very rough setup, and that's the second time I've seen it. And I just, yeah, it's ridiculous. That character is honest. I mean, like, I mentioned, you know, Carmine's gonna test your patience about whether or not you can block. You can block Carmine. It takes a lot of effort and focus, and honestly, not really possible online. But he's not too insane. Seth is going to test your patience, but he's unblockable. I mean, he literally has an actual unblockable, but aside from that, you're not going to keep blocking him for an extended period of time. That's just not going to happen. Aside from some insane bout of luck. Or if you snort, like, 2 bricks of cocaine, and so your reactions, you know, like, the world just slows down for you for the hour you have left to live. But for that time, you're going to block every mix-up under the sun, so, you know, do that. Win Evo, die happy. That's natearistata's FGC tips. Well, this poor Mika, though. I mean, granted, any character that has a jumping charge move, assault into that charge move is really tricky, because it's very difficult to tell whether or not the charge move is actually gonna come out before they land. And so, like, you just get caught blocking high and they go for an empty jump low, or an empty jump, technically it's not really an empty jump, but you get the drift. Empty jump low, empty jump throw, whatever they go for. Like, oh, it's the same one. Vault, empty jump, charge, like J, what, I don't know what his charge move is, if it's JC, J2C, I don't know, into command grab right on landing. Like, it's so fast that even if you try to react to the charging move, like, sometimes you just don't have enough time, especially when it comes to online. What strange that throw missed. I wonder if Merkava has a deceptive crouching hurtbox. That wouldn't surprise me. Because a lot of the bigger characters, nice side switch, a lot of the bigger characters have pretty deceptive hurtboxes. Like, they don't really match the character model, and so, like, for instance, Vald's arms. You'll whiff a lot of moves if you think that you're in range because you can hit his arms. And then it just doesn't really work out. Look at this chip damage. That part wasn't chip, but still. It's a good thing you can't die to chip. Otherwise, Carmine might rule the world. God, I don't know if that got picked up by the microphone. My neck has been sore for like a week. I think I'm just sleeping weirdly, because I haven't been sleeping well either, and that could be my posture when I am sleeping, could be part of it. But my neck has just been excessively stiff, and it feels like I constantly want to, like, just, you know, kind of crack it, and it just never works, but it kind of worked there to the wrong side. Like, the left side of my neck is super stiff, and I cracked the right. but it's just piling onto the misery, man. That's why we're watching Carmine. He can cut his wrists for us. I don't know if that's actually what he does to get all this blood out. You know, I think Bloodborne actually caused some weird, just since we're on the topic of blood. I had a dream about, like, not necessarily a vampiric style of person, but like... You know what? I don't want to talk about it, because honestly, I could write a book. I could write a story. And it'd be really interesting with this kind of fighting, this kind of character archetype. So you know what? I'm gonna hold that to my chest, and I'm gonna become a billionaire author off of it. So look forward to that. And I want it to go to school. I can just become a published author immediately, right? That's super easy. Whew, that sucks. I think that was the attempt at that, like where he jumps up and throws the spines down. Good to know that that isn't invulnerable at the start, that it will lose to meaties. So I wonder if his command grabs is only truly invulnerable super. Because I believe I've also seen the one where he like basically does the team skull pose. That's the best way I can describe it. So he does the team skull pose, and then like those just rings of blood shoot out in like a 360-degree radius around him. 360-degree radius? Shoot out in 360 degrees around his body. And, ooh, the Wagner got demoted. But I believe I've seen that get stuffed too. What others? I don't know what other supers. Oh, 2-2-C. That one does not have vulnerability. So yeah, I think it's just his command grab, really. Or if the other ones do have invulnerability, maybe it doesn't start up, so he will lose to meaties that way. Never really know. You know, let's check that out. I got the frame data. That's another really nice thing. I don't know if I've talked about it. I think I talked about it on stream, but I don't know if I talked about it in an actual Under Night in Birth video. French Bread actually published. Now, granted, it's all Japanese, but Google Translate's actually got your back. And you can obviously, I mean, you can tell what most of it says. So, like, for instance, Waldstein is listed, once you hit translate, is listed as Vorenstein. Vatista is listed as Batista. Seth is Seto. Chaos is Keese. Maybe that's actually how you pronounce Chaos. Byakuya is Jakia. Mika. Who would Mika be? Mika. Duh. Enkidu is actually spelled how you would expect, like how the announcer says it. Just remember how I said that move right there, except the super version of it. That's what I was talking about. How the announcer pronounces it Enkidu. Because, and it's actually, when you translate, when you just use Google Translate, it actually spells it like that would how it was pronounced. It gives it OU at the end instead of just a U. Anyway, I haven't paid any attention to this match, but I guess it doesn't really matter because we're here for Carmine and Wagner's popping off, so yeah. But yeah, we're gonna check out Carmine. A tribute. Oh no, never mind. Invincible. Right, so just show me. Show me. I don't know what moment is. So unfortunately, it doesn't list the it just lists the move name. So whatever moment is invulnerable. Oh, you know what? That's probably. I don't know actually. I don't know because I don't know move names, but they do have, his supers do have varying invulnerability. So like moment had frame 1 to 3 invulnerable to throws. Grind is invulnerable for 7 frames. Come out is invulnerable for throws. That seems like it's 2-2-C. I'm pretty sure. And push up. Yeah, so a lot of his, almost all of his supers are invulnerable to throws, but only one is actively invulnerable for real. And so that is what I assume. The grind is probably his command grab. Oh! That sucks. Wonder if you delay that a bit, if it'll hit, or if that's just... Sorry, confirm better. I wonder if she could have DP'd. I feel like she should have DP'd there. It's interesting that she didn't. She's paying for it. That hurts. And he gets so much setup from this, too. All the puddles in the world. Yeah, like, that's how oppressive this man's offense is in the corner. Like, she was willing to grid break herself rather than deal with that offense. Unfortunately, it did not work out in any way, shape, or form. That, though, is very interesting that her projectile actually flew through all of that without getting deleted. I would have said it. I would have thought that would be gone, for sure. But I would bet it's probably just a case of, like, I would bet her airborne one, that one, see how it just got canceled immediately. That one would probably get deleted by the spinning scythe thing. But her B version is just too low to the ground. That was probably a fuck up. Like maybe an attempt to use force function J236B. Because that wasn't exactly an ambiguous mix-up. So I have to imagine, usually when you see a setup like that just makes no sense and didn't have, like, clearly has no effect whatsoever, it's usually a fuck-up of some sort. Oh god. Oh yeah, she did. Oh, she's so dead. Not only does the man get to go into an infinite worth, he gets a free infinite worth EXS. X's? I don't know if that's actually, if you're supposed to say EXS or what. Oh, excess. Is that maybe what it is? It's an excessive infinite worth? But yeah, that just did 5,600 damage. Enkidu can actually combo into his pretty easily as well. I believe in the corner, he just gets it for free off of 623C. Because 623C always causes that wall bounce, which normally is detrimental because it's terrible. But if you're going to use an infinite worth EXS, then it reaches all the way to the top of the screen. It doesn't matter. That was the same Carmine. I'm not going to lie. Now, granted, I think it was uploaded by this Merkava player. But I have seen this guy in streams twice now, where he intentionally joined with a 0-bar connection. And so I feel like he is the kind of person that intentionally seeks out lag, because why else would you do that? And I would really prefer that he lose, just because that's my interpretation of his actions. And I would really enjoy seeing that lose. Very interesting veil off. Yeah, that was... Don't understand the point of that. Dropping all the combos. I should not be that active. I should not have that many active frames where it just, in the corner, it just stays there for a good second. And the grab is active that entire time. Good blocking by this Carmine, but you can't do that against, like, Merkava's just gonna chill that entire, like, he has no reason to go in. He has no need to go in. So, like, look at all that grid that Carmine has. What good is it from that distance? He has to run in. God, I keep forgetting I gotta... 17 times confirm that you want to watch this. It's the same damn Carmine! I guess this is the benefit of actually downloading them and going from the replay theater section instead. Just because I can see this, like, oh, okay, it's like all the same exact dude. Who cares? Give me some notes. You know? Because, I mean, honestly, like, 56% win rate right now at the level most people are at isn't that hot. And it's being shown, like, this Hyde was what, around like the high 80s, I think? And he's mollywopping this Carmine. Like, there's one really, like, I mean, I feel like there's about 15 really high-level people that all just compete with each other, and, like, nobody else can beat them. It's just that, like, small little set of people. And they're the only ones they lose to, and everybody else just gets destroyed. And that is unfortunately what occurs when you have a smaller game community. There tends to be a very, very dominant core, and the other people just don't have enough competition to reach that level themselves. Was that intentional? Like, I'm not sure if that was actually a reaction to... It looked like it was in reaction to the veil off animation. And if that was the case, that's amazing. And... goddamn, that's a really good player, if that's the case. I mean, even if it wasn't, it's still really good, but... That looked... with it to do it, like, just to analyze the timing of it, that looked intentional. Switch is still broken. I wanna stream. That was actually the plan tonight because Central Fiction 2.0 comes out tomorrow. So I wanted to kill off all the replays that I had, and I wanted to stream it, see who was interested in it, see what kind of interaction I get during it. That kind of thing. See if it's fun. Not gonna be possible if Twitch stays broken. Is he gonna kill from that? Huh. I wonder if that actually functions and he just did it late, or if he just hoped and prayed, because that did not end well. And now this did not start well. Uh-oh. As the Carmine player cracked. Is that all it took? Nah, yeah. But I'm actually curious, for those of you that have experience with this game and other fighting games, I feel like this has the strongest offense in fighting games, like, period. Just in terms of overall momentum, it's so... I mean, ultimately, almost every match feels like somebody just gets a train run on them. Like, they get the momentum once, and they just carry that all the way to the end. Which is pretty rare in most fighting games. Like, the closest one that I can think of is Guilty Gear, but that's only with specific characters. Like, this is with every character. Guilty Gear, like, yeah, you get touched by somebody like Chip or Milia, have fun for the rest of the match, because it's going to require some luck to escape all this shit. But it always feels like, you know, like, it's such a huge risk on the part of the person that's on defense every single time. Oh, he's grid broken. Did he? No, he didn't get grid broken there. I don't think. I mean, there was no shattering sound, but I'm tired, so it's very possible that I made... So is that actually unsafe? Maybe it is. Maybe I just should have mashed buttons harder, because that's the second time now that I've seen somebody hit a button during that. And, like, it just looks so safe, but they're clearly hitting buttons and being active before the actual effect goes away from the screen. And so maybe I was attributing more block stun to it than it actually has, because that was the reason why. It was just the assumption that, like, as long as it's on the screen, it's, you know, God, it's still the same. There's not many. Like, I think this is the third Dorain we've seen. We've seen 3 of, I can't even remember his name already, but 3 of that other guy. It's all just the same Carmine. But this I'm actually very interested to see, because Vatista is really good. But I'm honestly not sure if I've ever seen like a truly high-level Vatista. And I might not be seeing one today. Such is the effect of Carmine. I wonder if that DP was an accident. Oh, I should have slept more last night. I say that like it was by choice. Oh, oh. I didn't know she could float. Did Vatista inspire Izanami? French bread, we're gonna have to have words if that's the case. If Arc System Works saw that and was like, oh, I want that. That's a cool concept for a character. Let's build Izanami around that. I will end you. Trust me, I will find you. And I will go Waldstein all over your booties. Believe me, like, you have no idea. You've never seen somebody dunk another human being before. But trust me, I will do that. And I will ensure that I leave behind proper amounts of property damage in my wake. So that not only are you getting dunked, you are literally getting dunked in a fashion where you shatter the concrete, but somehow your body still remains whole. How that actually works out is beyond me. But maybe I learned that in the final level of physics, how to properly break all the laws of physics. Wouldn't that be amazing if that was actually the case? Like mathematics or sciences, all this stuff. You know, you've learned all these laws all this time around. You've heard that they're all immutable. They just run the universe. And then you excel at all of them, right? Like, it requires a 4.0 minimum GPA to get into the final level. Then you get there and they're like, alright, remember how we told you all this governs the world? Yeah, that's bullshit. You can break every single law we've ever taught you. Here's how. Be sick. That's another sick concept for a book. Don't steal that. Trademark. I gotta file a trademark before I upload this video. Like, that's actually a really good idea for a book, for a story. That'd be sick. I'd read that. I don't know about the rest of you. This is the good part about being tired. You have those delirious thoughts, which tend to kind of be the most creative. At least that's the case for me. Or maybe it's just because I'm so bored watching Vatista Carmine that my mind has to escape to a place of fantasy to save my sanity. Speaking of having to escape... Oh, and it's actually notes! Alright, cool, we good now. We happy. I was actually thinking I should put in, like, this is notes just so people know. Because I'm sure, you know, like, once they saw this, somebody was like, oh god, I hope I get to see notes. And I could put this there, but I'm not going to. Get here naturally, you dick. Oh my god. The balls. Yeah, you teched my throw. Yeah, that's negative for me. I don't care. I'm gonna hit a button on you anyway. I don't trust your ability. That's how confident you have to be if you want to be successful at fighting games. I guarantee you that's one reason why this man is known as the best, is because he don't care. Like, having the proper capability to analyze a scenario, gauge the risk-reward ratio, whether or not it's in your favor, if it's just dumb to do something, and then deciding to just throw that all to the side and do the dumb shit anyway. That's the hallmark of both the best players and the worst. Well, no, the worst players don't know how to gauge all that in the first place. They're not just like, ah, yeah, I know this could blow up in my face, but I don't care. They're just like, yeah, I don't care. This has invincibility, so I'm just gonna do it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Real, actual Carmine combo. Like, this is the first time I've actually seen legitimate Carmine combos and setups. Like, that's a different level of Carmine right there. That really is. You can always tell. It's always so easy to see when somebody's just on a different level than every other representative of the character. Cool. 2 in a row. This one, like, notes, I would be perfectly content getting an entire video of just notes. I would be 100% happy with that. Because if you're looking for the best of the best, you done found them. Now, obviously, you should branch out a little bit. You should find other people, because just because Notes is the best doesn't mean he knows all of the best things to do. It just means, by and large, he does more amazing stuff. But that doesn't mean he always does amazing stuff. You might miss some shit if you only focus on one player. But sometimes, unfortunately, there's only one player to focus on. Like, for instance, Potemkin. Who are you gonna pay attention to besides Fab? Same thing with Chip. Like, who would you watch besides Sumito? They're just players that are on such a different level than every other representative of the character that, like, the other people that play just can't reach that threshold. And so they can't even play the character really correctly because they can't reach that threshold. Which, granted, means you're probably not going to get much benefit from watching the people at the highest level, because you're never going to be able to replicate what they can do. I have never seen a Chip move as efficiently as Sumito, and that is what makes Chip as strong as he is, and that's what makes Sumito as strong as he is. I have never seen another Potemkin punish, do as much damage as Fab does, and that's why Fab is successful, is because every single time he punishes you, he's pretty much taking away at least half your health, sometimes 80%, depending on the character, sometimes 100%. No other Potemkin does that. No other Chip does that. And so, like I said, like I feel like this is the first Carmine I've actually seen do real shit. I haven't seen any other Carmines doing this. So even though you can certainly watch, I mean, I'm saying all that and he's got his ass beat. But, I think it holds true. In general, like, you're just not really going to be able... it's Yuzuriha, though. But we're supposed to be here for Carmine. Whatever. I think he might be the highest ranked Carmine. If he has that many points. I like this Yuzuriha color. I'm not liking this Yuzuriha pressure. What are you even doing? Stab him! Cut his face off! Do something! There we go. Learn your spacing! That's tricky. I guess that has a little bit of invulnerability. Has to, because that definitely went through her. That, or we're just dealing with deceptive hitboxes. Oh! God, I love Yuzuriha combo. Oh my god, is this gonna kill? No! Yes! Yes, it is. Damn. I love me some Yuzuriha, man. But I don't want to put in the effort. I want instant results, you know what I'm saying? I grew up on ramen. All I had to do was cry my eyes out and I got a pack of Skittles. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to work for stuff. It's the millennial creed, right? At least that's how it's, that's the perception of it. Am I actually a millennial? I don't know. I don't know when the age cutoff is. I love how online, like, it's the only place online when you see people do cross-up stuff like that and somebody walks backwards a little bit because they were trying to block. But they just can't react fast enough to shift their block in time. It's amazing. No! No! That's insane! Yuzuriha! She even takes off her coat during that, shows off the bod. Like, why am I not using this character? Oh, she's too good. That's kind of low on points right there. I'll look for somebody else. Actually, I think this is a new Carmine. I don't recognize that name. Might not be. I may recognize that name. Oh, but it's against Seth. Oh boy. You saw what happened the first Seth. I'm expecting much more of that. I cannot believe that no anti-air came out right there. Actually very surprising. How bad would Carmine be, do you think, if his puddles disappeared when he got hit? I always have that lingering question a little bit whenever... Oh, that almost... If the projectile had come out a little bit faster, that probably would have worked. But when it, like, so many characters, if you hit them, whatever effects they have out, whether it's a projectile or some kind of staged trap deal, it'll disappear. But sometimes the characters and stuff lingers. And I'm always curious, you know, like, what goes through the developer's mind to make that distinction. Why does their stuff get to stay? With Carmine, it makes pretty logical sense that it works that way because nothing can come out while he's in hit stun. Versus, you know, like Seth's projectiles would disappear once he gets hit. They just activate automatically after a period of time. So, like, that would be stupid if you hit him, you're in the middle of a combo, and all of a sudden a projectile, an unavoidable projectile comes out. Because most combos don't have enough momentum to carry you away from something that tracks like that. So you would have to either intentionally drop your combo or eat the hit because you didn't take that projectile into account. I'm pretty sure that's the distinction, but can't actually know that. She's too good. And he gets a full confirm and a kill. Oh my god. Oh, French bread, you done fucked up. I don't criticize you for much. Most of it has to do with your online infrastructure, but you done fucked up with Seth. That is a character that exists in fighting games that does some stuff. Twitch is still broken. Seems to work if you're not signed in. Oh, it's definitely broken for people. You know, usually if you hop on Twitch, I'll wait until after this match. I should be discussing this match. Be a proper commentator, dude. So Carmine's doing Carmine things. Eltnum's trying desperately to be able to do anything. And unfortunately, it's just not working. I'm sorry, did you think that you bought a video game that you get to play? No, sorry, this is a blocking simulator for you. He's got to block it out until Carmine kills himself. That's exactly what she did. Like, that was pretty much the perfect threshold for her to be able to kill off that hit confirm. Broken against Carmine. That's a bad look. He's using all his meter. He's getting all this corner carry. That's an even worse look. Have fun with your life right now. Alright, I can dig it. I was about to open my mouth and say I would dig it more if she got a side switch, and then right when I think that, boom, cross under. And unfortunately gave it all away because she got thrown. So probably gonna lose now. Like, just too much, yeah, too much of a meter deficit. She doesn't have a reversal. She probably was not going to get chain shifts. That was just a really bad look for her. But yeah, so like with Twitch, you know, normally you hop on and if you look at the currently played games, you'll see stuff like League of Legends at the top, like 6 figures of people watching. Then you'll have, you know, like Hearthstone, a couple other MOBAs, just Dota, and a bunch of shooters that have around, like, you know, anywhere from 80,000 to like 30,000 viewers, which is generally like the first 2 sections. The highest played game, the highest watched game right now is Ark at 9,000 viewers. Yeah, Twitch is a little broken. Can I find it? I want to end this on another notes, and I think we're about at that time. I went 41 minutes, and I had no idea. I am so tired. So tired that I had no idea it's been this long. Please give me a notes. Please show me notes. Oh, yes. I wonder if this is the same. I'll have to check this, if this is the same Seth that started it out. Because I remember 92.9% win rate. Holy God. Yeah, that's pretty good. But yeah, the Seth that we started with had a pretty similar win rate, and I think they use this color too. Full screen unblockable and it worked. That feels bad. Should not have made nachos. I think I'm paying for it right now. Generally when I'm already tired and then I eat something that's like not great for you, tends to have weird effects, and I'm feeling them. Just like Carmine's about to feel this Seth gameplay that we all know and love. Maybe not because it's notes, and he's just too good. He barely stole the grid off of that. That's how you know this man's just on another level. That would not occur to many other people. And that was that? I wasn't paying enough attention. Once again, I really wish I had my rewind button. Is he gonna kill? Don't. Don't! Don't. Stop. Health bar, stop. Whew! Notes. Why you gotta do a poor little boy like that? He was just a kid. He had dreams. Let me check. Oh, crap. I screwed up. Oh, whatever. We'll find it easily enough. Let's see. Same one? No, not the same one. So that's it for Carmine. That's a good note to end on if you're a Carmine player. A bad note to end on if you don't use that character. That was nutty. But so what I was going to say is I wasn't... Because he was crouching when he got hit. But there are certain moves that will force the crouching state. So I wasn't sure if Notes just did a fuzzy setup right there or not. But I'm pretty sure that was just a pure instant overhead, which is... I didn't know Carmine had that. That is very rough. And now is the time to be really happy that I don't live in Japan, because that means I'll never have to run into Notes and take an ass beating like that. Whew! Woo! Alright, hope you enjoyed that. Sorry I'm a little tired, don't have much energy. But hopefully that was enjoyable nonetheless. Have a wonderful day. Twitch Unbreak Yourself.